Welcome back to the GSL Code A Group L. We have a lot of Zergs and one Protoss. It's this man in a very, very nice shirt.
Yeah, he has the trousers to match those as well, so he's looking very handsome today.
He looks sharp.
Yeah, I was asking him if his girlfriend is at the studio and if he wanted to impress her, but apparently he doesn't have a girlfriend. So
ladies, he's single.
He's single. There's a catch right there. Look at that handsome fella. Oh my god.
Yep, and he's up against Pet, man.
That's marriage material right there. Look at him.
Pet is, in this group, the underdog, the underrated, the old Xenex guy. That guy still plays StarCraft guy. Like, he's Pet. We don't see him all too often on TV, but
I actually like Pet.
He's good.
I think he's pretty good. Like, I casted his games, a few of them at the, not the last Code A qualifier, but the one before, and also a few at one of the WCG qualifiers. He played pretty solid. So, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think he's a bad player. I just feel like he's, name-wise, the smallest name in the group, but he's still could get out. And Seed has to deal with the dataless. We'll see how that one goes out. So Heavy Rain is going to be the first map, of course. And Seed bouncing his chair a little bit. See how he does, man. I think
that's the exciting story of the group, definitely. Like how is Seed gonna do here? The only Protoss player. It's one Protoss to rule them all. He's up against a swarm of Zergs.
It wouldn't be like it wouldn't be such a crazy story, I feel, if it weren't for Daedalus. It's just that on top of it all, and him having to play one matchup against these fierce Zerg opponents, and this is his moment to maybe go back to Code S, or will he have to requalify for Code A again, like the 4th time in a row?
Yeah, well, we're gonna see. He has a group that is probably not to his liking. He was not too pleased about the matchup that he has to play today, especially, of course, because of the maps that we currently have. The thing is that Packet is actually very good in this matchup. He is a really good player there. He defeated in the last Code A season Squirrel, Panic, and Paralyze, so that was pretty impressive. Against Seed, on the other hand, can he do that again? Seed apparently like practicing a lot and, of course, had to prepare for only one matchup here today.
This is true.
Should have helped him a lot.
Looks like Pet's getting some issue resolved on his PC. He's not yet put his GSL headset on. He's going to need that before he goes into the game.
Yeah, might have a sound issue here, I don't know. Seed is just, once again, he's in his happy place. That's the one thing that Seed always does when he literally... Oh, he's just typing on his phone. No, he doesn't have a phone in the booth. But that's the one thing that Seed always does when he's like trying to concentrate and takes slow, closes his eyes and leans forward a little bit and starts thinking about I don't know what. Maybe a world in which Zerg doesn't exist.
There's a Golem Wizard making a guest appearance here.
Where did he get the hot pack? I want a hot pack too.
He probably bought it, actually.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You can get them at convenience store. It's just like nobody ever thinks about that.
And the old studio we had that was just lying around everywhere. That was so awesome.
Definitely was. My hot pad is now just my coffee and or hot water cup.
I'm using the monitor still.
The monitor's nice.
Our monitor's always pretty warm. The thing is, like, I think we're having a draft up here. We are now on our balcony, and usually when they start the heating there, it takes a little bit for everything to heat up, and I feel our small area up here is the last place to be hit by the heat waves.
I just like to think of it like we're on the top of an icy mountain looking down into these StarCraft games.
That is very romantic. I like that.
It's just how I feel. I just want to let you guys know.
I can see that. That's good. I like that. I feel entitled now.
Yeah, we're up on this peak, man. It's all ours. Nobody else is up here but us and a few computers that aren't plugged in. Some wires and like a hot water.
Now you're ruining it.
And like an empty hot 6 can.
Well, guys, I guess we're ready. Heavy Rain, map number 1, Protoss versus Zerg. It's Seed versus Zerg here at the GSL Code A with Colin Wolf.
Seed versus Pet.
Seed versus Pet. He said he will call himself Vengeance if he advances to Code S. It's this in-between thing where he's currently. He's in the Twilight Zone right now. Is it going to be Seed? Is it going to be Vengeance? We don't know, but we'll find out. He's up against his first Zerg player today. Starting for Team Starter at the bottom right of Heavy Rain, it is Pet. And oh boy,
his fan club is here.
He has a fan club. Yeah, he does. Look at that. Alright, so Seed is a little bit of a bad boy in this matchup, and Pet, I want to say. Because so far he played 20 maps and he won 14 of them against Protoss. He has a 70% win ratio, and amongst his latest victims are players like Patience, Squirtle, Panic and Paralyze. All of those matches happened in the last year on the other hand, so let's see if he could improve since then and carry that win streak into 2014 as well. Or if Seed, who as State says is pretty good in this matchup, will be the one to dominate the Protoss versus Zerg games today.
No, we'll see. Only time will tell. As you can see, a little bit of harassment going on here. Let's see, it's in the Twilight Zone. See if he gets a Twilight Council early on in this game. That may be something he could do on Daedalus. Try to get an early win. Here are the Pet fan club people. At least I think that's them. They were the ones who yelled.
Yeah, probably a couple of visitors here. Like, it's really early in Korea, guys. We have 1 p.m. So usually on a Friday, most people are either at school, university, or at work. So our small audience here is very pet favored.
Yeah. You ever have like a really special pet in your life?
Yeah, we had a few cats. We had like 2 dogs, and actually we had 3 dogs and a cat. Like 1 dog died, and then we got 2 more.
Gotcha. I actually had a dream last night that I had a pet cat. It was awesome. I have a pet cat in the States, like that's quote unquote my cat, but it's of course living with my family, and I miss her a lot. But I don't have a cat in Korea.
It was really funny because like we got a cat before we got the dogs. We got a cat, and that was like when I was maybe like 6 years old. I don't know. Like I just went to a kindergarten or school, like something around those lines. I don't really remember. But the thing is, we call our cat Tiger because it was like one of those tiger cats, tomcats or whatever they're called. And I remember my mom told me actually that one day I came back home and I was really excited, and there were a lot of friends that I met for the first time from kindergarten, and they were all like super excited because apparently I told everybody that we have a tiger back at home, and they really wanted to see the tiger, and everybody was super disappointed when I showed up with that cat. But it must have been really cute. My mother would have said like, she didn't know what was happening. Suddenly I was just arriving with like 10 people in tow, and she's like, what do all these people want? And I'm happy that he makes friends this fast, but this is weird. And it's like, where's the tiger?
That sounds hilarious. This is hilarious.
And where's the Zealot?
A bad spot here for Seed. No Zealot. Only 1 probe to block. That's not enough. And with the pool first for Pet, he actually gets in here. And
it's not gonna kill him, but 4 Zerglings still in the main base. That's gonna take its toll. That's gonna.
It's like your kindergarten friends, man.
It's like the kindergarten friends, exactly. That Zergling brought a couple of buddies over, and they are gonna take down probes. 2 already dead, and yeah.
The mothership core. She would be an angry mother right now if she could see the Zerglings trash in the place.
I was asked back then, where's the tiger? And Seed asked himself, where's my Zealot that is blocking that wall? And that's probably the same question that Pat had, and he realized, well, I guess there's none, so let's just go for it.
Yeah, he went into a forge, actually, and then didn't have a tight wall, so that hurts.
It looked a little bit like he really wanted to just play it a bit too greedy, and, well, right now he's being a bit punished for that, but still. It didn't really kill him, but that's of course very annoying for you to happen. First of all,
probes.
He lost probes, he lost mining time. It's super annoying that Zergling is still sticking around and finds out what kind of tech path you chose. So, for Seed, definitely not the start he was hoping for.
Oh, absolutely not. He gets +1 now, and with the +1 that he's getting at the Forge, I think because he got a Forge, he's probably going to be aggressive with some +1 Zealots. And Pet already has a 3rd base up and saturated. He's in a great spot. Now adding his gases. It takes a Stalker to kill a Pet Micro Zergling. Whoa. Slid all the way down the ramp. At least he made it down the ramp before he died. Or as he died. There's those gates I was talking about. He's gonna commit to some +1 Zealot pressure, and I don't blame him for that.
Yeah, looks very much like this. I mean, he prepared for this matchup in particular, like for so many days right now. This is the one shot that he has, and Seed finds himself in also the position that a lot of the other guys find themselves in. He doesn't have a team right now, so he has to kind of advertise his skills a little bit, and that would go much easier if he would go to Code S and not drop down to Code B.
I feel like this is like a really awkward situation for Seed, because now he's like, well, not only do I have to do this push, I think he kind of has to with the ability he's chosen. He knows he's been scouted. Like, exactly everything Pet knows. I mean, he's seen the Chrono Boost multiple times on the Warp Gate research, and he's seen the +1. This is something that is really cool because he's like, okay, you scouted me, you think I'm doing this, and you're going to make some roaches right now, but actually I'm taking a third base.
Yeah, but there's an Overlord, and I think the Overlord, I think he was actually just outside the vision range. I'm not 100% sure. It was, he saw it, okay.
Oh,
so the Overlord just spotted it and then moved back.
So he does know about it. It was a clever idea. He's like, okay, I Chrono Boosted twice in front of an Overlord and my Forge is spinning, you see that. And then I'm going to take a third base to throw you off. Can actually work on those rocks. So it looks like Pet's going to just play a little bit passively for now against this.
I'm pretty sure that Seed did never see the second Overlord that was there, so he doesn't really know, and he might assume that Pet plays super passive right now. But in reality, the Zerg play doesn't. He's already looking at 65 Harvesters here, and is shutting down those rocks, as you just mentioned. We have a bit of a scout going on here with the Hallucinated Phoenix for Seed, but this base is already known, and here comes the Overseer into the main base, just double checking what exactly is happening here. Will spot that there are additional gates added and also robotics. So at this point, Pet has all the information that he needs and a very, very nice economy behind it.
Yeah, the rocks will go down. My rocks. And I feel like this could do, this little poke here could force a cancel on a fourth base that it looks like Pet's ready to make with that drone over there on the right side, but this is really scary. He doesn't want to lose any of his units, because if he does, defending his third base is going to become a little more difficult against the Hydralisk Roach push that's coming his way next. I mean, Roach speed's almost done. And he gets this. This timing is perfect. And that's the game sense of a high-level Protoss. He's just like, I bet he's making a fourth right now, and he arrives at the exact same time the drone gets there. This is scary, though. He's going to have to recall. I mean, he can't fight this many Hydras. There's the recall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Roach is already coming in from behind, so that recall was exactly what he needed there. But at least he's poking a little bit, he's forcing his opponent back, he cancels the fourth. That's exactly what he needed to do here and what he wanted to do. The thing is that it is now going up against a lot of aggression, since Pet decided that it's time to push out with the Roach, just with Hydralisk, and go into the +2 attack upgrade. The speed for the Hydras is already about to be completed, before range even, so that indicates once again that he really wants to be aggressive here. And it's now all about how well Seed can hold up against this. He's trying to cancel the fourth again with just a few units, but back at home...
Those are hallucinated stalkers.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
But pretty cool. Apparently he wants to force his opponent back, and it looks like it works out.
It's working. It's actually working. Seed, man, the hallucination master.
He fooled me.
Like, yeah. I wish we could get a shot of him so you could see him again, but those are fake. I've seen somebody do this in Pro League, but it didn't work. This time it works. And this actually buys him a lot of time, and now he's going to try to buy more time with even just 3 Zealots. That's a big threat in the main base that Pet will actually have to deal with. He has nothing here but a Queen. Yeah,
he needs to send something home, and now he's trying to pull those drones back first, but at the same time the third is being attacked. We have 1 Immortal, no Colossus just yet. Here comes the Photonova charge, that's crucial for the defense. At the same time, the Zealots are still attacking, and a bad pathing here for Pet.
Yeah, bad pathing. That was a huge mistake. Losing a lot of his units for free. And just spawning Roaches for the defense here is, you know, it's going to eventually work, but he lost so much already. Harvester count almost evened up now by Seed, and since he delayed that fourth base so much, it's not mining yet.
It's so funny, by the way, that hallucinated stalker, that it actually worked. I mean, Seed for a long time was known as the illusionist Protoss.
Yeah.
So he's trying to claim that nickname back. I mean, then he was known as like the force field fiend, because his force fields were always so perfect. I remember when Todd, when he was in Korea, was actually asking Seed for his exact mouse settings, because he was saying like, this guy has the best force fields that I have ever seen in a Protoss player, and I want to know how exactly he does it. I want to know which kind of settings he uses, so I can try to maybe do that on my own. And it never really worked for him on that level. And Seed back then, after he fell off grace, after he won his Code S title, and dropped down into Code B, didn't really have those unique, outstanding, like,
force fields?
Yeah, not really what I want to say, but that doesn't do force fields anymore. But yeah, he was known as the illusionist Protoss, and then as the one guy who had the best force fields in the game. But right now he's making those hallucinations work again.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to recall home if he wants to defend. He's going to lose his +2. It looks like that's really annoying. It's almost done. He does lose it. Losing a few units here. There must have been a recall.
Yeah, and those are definitely no hallucinations. And he's actually not recalling. I don't know where the mothership core is. There it is.
So many of his
He doesn't have the energy
now. And yeah, he's at 88. Loses the Colossus for free. This looks like game counter.
That looks very, very dangerous, and he loses way too much. You are perfectly right. He's down to 45 army supply against 127. And Pat, totally, I mean, he's good in this matchup. He has a very solid record in the last year, and since then, he only improved, and he's doing a great job in this game.
Yeah, this is, I mean, this is the end. Seed lost way too much. I think he even lost his Cybernetics core. And he's only, okay, no, it's unpowered, but he didn't lose it. So he can still warp in Sentries and Stalkers, but...
He loses gateway power here. He has very limited production now. That base is going to... Yeah, that base is definitely going to go down.
It's gone. All it takes is a few more waves of attacks.
He's going to focus Nexus. Nexus is gone, and now it's 2 base versus 4.
Corruptors here looking a little bit awkward. They should probably just start corrupting the Immortal. He does exactly that as soon as I say it, and GG.
GG and game. Pet takes the first map here, and he's
his
happy.
Fans are going crazy for him too.
Yeah, he's a happy panda right now.
This is going to be such a frustrating situation for Seed now. That game was so well played by him. It's just, if you get caught out of position like this, and you start losing units for free, and you don't have enough energy for a recall, then you're going to lose the game. To put it simply, he didn't have any spotters. He was using his robotics for making Immortals and Colossi, and even a Warp Prism earlier. He only had 1 observer on the map, and so he didn't have anything to spot for a run-by that Pet used. Pet like ran by his entire army, and then he had so much army supply that even when Seed attacked with his army, he had enough to push Seed back, and then Seed was caught in the middle of a rock in a hard place.
And Pat is happy. I mean, he's spelling blood in the water right now. He really wants to go Code S, and he sees that he has a chance of winning this matchup. And this is probably the matchup that he practiced the least, I would say. I mean, for him, it's a very unfortunate situation, because he's in a position where he's the only player that could face Seed twice today. So he really has to practice for both matchups, for the ZVZ and the ZVP. He's the only one who could face either a Zerg player twice or, a Protoss player. So right now, we're going into game number 2. Let's see what happens there. Can Seed bring us into a third game? Will he go down to Pets here with an 0-2 at the GSL Code A? Call on Wolf.